All right, welcome to week number 7. So, a couple key things to think about this week. First, we're doubling up the rides again on the weekend, and if you want to flip flop the days, you can absolutely do that. The other thing is if you wanted to add a little bit of time on the bike, you can also do that on your brick. So, the big thing that I want you to think about though is I do not want anything that you add to take away from the call or the ask for the week. So if you added an hour, for example, onto your Saturday brick, then I don't want you kind of falling off on the intervals because you were too tired when you started the intervals. So just make sure you're good to go for the intervals that it's asking you for. And if you're finding that it hasn't been a problem, you can absolutely add more. Same thing with intensities. Look, half Ironman intensity, it's pretty specific to each person, and everybody can tend to do a little bit different intensity. So just like I was charging you with the responsibility a couple weeks ago, test out some of the intervals. You want to make sure you don't have your heart rate drift more than 5% over the interval relative to your power. Or even though you can do that power, you're probably going to have some trouble show up in your run. Okay. So a lot of times I'll see triathletes go out and do training and they're able to produce the power in training. And then they wonder why their run suffers in the race. And then they always blame the run training. That's not always the case. A lot of times you need to work one sport backwards. So again, on Thursday, you have another key run where I'm asking you to get to that 10K effort. Now, do not get too concerned on the actual pace. Sure, would it be great to get down to 10K pace? Absolutely. But I got to be honest with you, there's so many times that I go out and I do not or cannot hit my 10K pace like as if I was racing, but I'm able to maintain the same effort and get close to the same output for that effort throughout the workout, right? And remember your rule of 10%. If you drop off more than 10%, then the first couple of intervals, the intervals are over. Just finish up with a nice, easy run. All right, next week's a test week. You got another half Ironman simulation. So test out the wattages and the paces that you want to be doing this weekend, and then it's for real next weekend. Next weekend, I want you doing your test week, but I also want you testing your nutrition, your pre-race nutrition, your equipment, the clothes you're going to wear, all that stuff. Let's get it all dialed in. If you're very experienced and you've done a lot of races, you don't have to throw your race wheels on. There's no use beating them up or potentially getting a flat tire and having to change something on your race setup. But try to use as much as you can for your race so that you know by the time you get to the race, you're good to go. I'll see everybody next week.